There is a lot of games that's coming out this year, and Summer Game Fest this year has announced so many exciting games that's coming up. So today we're going to take a look at the top 5 single-player games that's coming out in 2024. Now, the first one, I'm going to start off with my favorite, which is the Black Myth Wukong, which happens to be an action-adventure RPG game set within the worlds of Chinese folklore. Now, this is actually a Souls-like inspired game, but at the same time, it has a lot of elements that you'll find very similar to games like God of War. Now, in this game, we play as the heroic Monkey King, apparently, who can do a lot of spells, who has magical powers, and this character happens to be one of the most famous folklores in the Chinese mythology, and some people even worship Monkey King. And I honestly did not know about this until I read a recent article which says that in some areas, people actually believe that Monkey King could probably be some sort of a god. So in this game, we're going to be playing as a monkey who's going to take down some of the huge monsters, and one of the most unique monsters that I've seen in most of the games out there. And honestly, I think it looks fantastic. So the game is going to be launching on 20th August on the PC and PS5 platforms. And they've also said that it's going to come out for Xbox, but then it's going to take a while, because as of now, it seems like PlayStation has pretty much just taken the exclusivity. So that's probably the reason why it's going to be coming out later for Xbox Series X. And the next game is called The Altars. And this game is actually pretty weird from the looks of it, because this is an open world space survival game. And if you're someone that played Death Stranding, and if you did end up liking that game, then you'll probably love this one as well, because this game just seems like that Kojima madness, where you kind of don't understand what the game is all about, but then at the same time you end up feeling like, well, it's very unique in its own ways, but I kind of don't understand what this game is all about. Well, if that's something you love, then this game is actually a space survival game where you will be building your own space stations, and you'll be scavenging for a lot of loots, you'll be mining a lot of DNA samples. And what's very interesting that kind of caught my attention from the gameplay they showed off in Summer Game Fest is that you can actually collect some of the DNA samples that's available on the planet that you're living, and you can use different DNA samples in order to combine it with this mission. And this mission is going to be creating different types of life forms. And in this gameplay, as you can see, it seems like he's 3D printing a creature, and it's probably like a DNA 3D printing where you could just combine a couple of DNAs and see whatever comes to life. It just happens. And for now, we only got to see sheeps being created, so who knows, we might even make dinosaurs, we never know. The Altars is going to be coming out sometime in 2024. They haven't really given us an official release date for this game yet, but the devs have already confirmed that they're kind of just expecting for this game to be launching this year itself. Now, the next game is actually pretty interesting, because this is something that I am personally super excited for, which is Greedfall 2. Now, honestly, I haven't really played the first Greedfall game, but then I did hear that the game actually has a lot of good reviews, and a lot of players do actually appreciate this game. And it's apparently an open world game that's set in the 17th century medieval times. And what's good about the sequel is that the devs have actually confirmed that even if you've not played the first part, then you're still going to be able to understand the second game, because it's not a direct sequel, it's a game that's standalone on its own, and the storyline is not really connected to the first part, which I think it's honestly great, because I haven't played the first game. So from the gameplays that they've shown off, I really wanted to go ahead and try this game out. So apparently in the previous game, you're going to be discovering some sort of an island, and you're trying to colonize in it. So you're an outsider who's basically entering this island and trying to colonize your own civilization, taking out some of the people that already live in there, and a lot of different monsters, of course. And in Greedfall 2, you'll actually come across some new people that are going to be entering your homeland, and these are people from other nations who are trying to invade you, and some are good guys, some are bad guys. They're just trying to, you know, settle in and see if they like the place or not. But then of course you're going to get into a lot of trouble, since they're outsiders. They don't really know what kind of customs you follow in here in your own island. So it's kind of a very interesting game, and some of the features that I got to take a look at from the gameplay that they showed off, it seems like you're going to be having some really amazing hunting mechanism in this game, where you can actually set bear traps from one of the gameplays that we got to see, which honestly looks pretty cool, because you're just exploring the open world, hunting down some animals in the game. You can take some of these crafting items from the animals and craft a bunch of stuff inside the game itself. So that's something I really love when it comes to open world games. And for once, the game is going to be offering player choices, which is going to help you make decisions in the game, and all of the decisions that you make in your gameplay and the choices that you get, it's actually going to be impacting your story with each and every decisions that you take. So it's kind of cool in my opinion, because every player is going to be having a completely different storyline to see based on whatever choices they're going to be making in their game. And now let's move on to another game which I've been very much anticipating for this one, which is called the Once Human. Now this is a single player game where you can play completely offline, or if you want to play with your friends, you can also do some co-op. And what's interesting is that the game also offers PvP action. So it's basically a survival game that's set in this massive open world, where this game offers some unimaginably unique monsters that I've never seen in any other open world or survival games before. Because you can actually see that a house turns into a monster, or even a television just becomes a monster. And there's also this huge siren head in the game, and there are some very unique and bizarre monsters in this game. I don't know if bizarre is the right word to use because it kind of sounds bad, but I'm just meaning it in a good way because there is a lot of really cool looking monsters in this game, and it's a game that's set in post-apocalyptic universe. Now, this game is kind of similar to what we have seen with Pal World, where you can recruit some of these monsters, whereas in Pal World you can recruit some of the pals, which are like Pokemons. But then in this game there are going to be different types of monsters which you can recruit, and apparently these monsters are going to be working for you. They'll build your base, they'll also, you know, secure your base, and it seems like you can just make them your best friends. And they're also going to be helping you out in PvP battles. Kind of offers something that no other video games offers at this point. So it's very unique in its own states. Now this game is going to be releasing on 10th July this year. Now up next, the game I'm going to be talking about is my most anticipated game of all time, which is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Now this is a story-driven open world game that's going to be set in 15th century medieval times. Now honestly, I don't know about you guys, but it seems like this is the most hyped RPG games that is coming out this year. So this game is actually a direct sequel to the first one. So if you haven't played the first one, just go in and try it because it's a really, really good game, and I think you guys will love it. Because if you're someone that really loves realism in the game, then I think Kingdom Come Deliverance is going to be giving you one of those realistic approach. And this game actually has some very realistic first-person action. And hey, well, hello there. What are you looking at? I'm really happy that the devs actually showed off another trailer, because the last time we got like the first ever reveal trailer for this game, it just looked absolutely fantastic. But this time they gave us even more, and we kind of just got to see that this game is actually coming out this year, and it's set to be launching in 2024. Now we don't have an exact release date, unfortunately, but I'm just guessing that it's probably going to happen sometime in Q3 or Q4 2024, which is probably around November, October, or December of this year. But yeah, these are the 5 games that I really think it hasn't got that exposure out there after the Summer Game Fest, because not a lot of people are talking about this game. So I really wanted to go ahead and show off these games on my top 5 list, and I would just love to know, which game are you guys going to be getting in 2024? Is it going to be Assassin's Creed Shadows? And we also have like Kingdom Come Deliverance that's coming out, and I think the other game, which is Star Wars Outlaws, and we also have Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which I think finally a lot of Call of Duty fans are honestly happy about the reveal. And usually it never happens with Call of Duty games because fans are always just complaining. It's very similar to what we see with the Assassin's Creed community. You can never make anyone happy, and I just think it's a curse for these big franchise games at this point. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I would love to hear them, and also reply to as many of you guys as I possibly can. Now, if you guys did enjoy this video, please just feel free to go ahead, drop a like on this video. It helps out the channel for me as a creator, and also subscribe for more gaming content like these every single day. Now with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Until then, take it easy, fams, and goodbye.